Before you buy something new, do you consider buying it used instead?
It's no secret that a great way to save money and become more frugal is to get things secondhand instead of buying them new.
Anything you can buy new, you can also buy used. You just need to know where to look and how to look effectively.
And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're Stephanie and Mike from SixFiguresUnder.com, where we help families learn to live frugally so you can pay off debt and reach your financial goals.
We're on day 22 of the Frugal Fresh Start Challenge. We'll put a link to the whole Frugal Fresh Start playlist so you can get caught up.
The first key to effectively buying used is to keep a list of things that you need to buy. When you're looking for things secondhand, it may take longer to find exactly what you want. So in addition to the current things I'm looking for, I keep a running list of the things that I'll need in the foreseeable future. It might be June and I've got my eyes peeled for a winter coat, but thinking ahead about upcoming needs means I'm not forced into a tight time frame. Then whenever I'm at a thrift store or yard sale, I can focus on and remember my family's upcoming needs.
Even if you end up buying something new instead of used, putting the item on the list gives you time to think through the purchase and find the best deal instead of making an impulse purchase you might end up regretting later.
Before you buy something used, or new for that matter, you'll want to do some research. Check out the various brands and options available. Read all the reviews you can find. Make note of what the price of the item is new.
Just because something is at a thrift store or yard sale doesn't mean the price is a great deal. Knowing the regular price will help you recognize a good deal. Before you go shopping, decide what you want, or at least what the options are, and how much you're willing to spend for that item.
Let's go through some of the great places to shop for used things. Of all the options for buying used, yard sales and garage sales are probably the cheapest. People who regularly shop at yard sales find amazing deals. The trouble with yard sales is that they're really hit and miss. Some days you'll find lots of treasures and other days you won't find a single thing. Depending on where you live, yard sales may be seasonal. They're also typically held on weekends, but they don't have a set schedule.
When you think of buying used items, the thrift store might be the first place that comes to mind. The great thing about thrift stores is they do have a set schedule, so you can shop them with more flexibility than yard sales. They also have an ever-changing inventory, so you always have a chance of finding something great. They even usually have discount days, making the price even cheaper. Still, they're hit and miss.
eBay is the most well-known place to look online for secondhand treasures. Because you'll either have to pay for shipping or the shipping cost will be figured into the price, you won't always get as low of a price as you would at a yard sale or at a thrift store. The trade-off is that you'll easily be able to search from the comfort of your own home. No sifting through shelves and boxes, no driving from store to store.
Some people don't realize that you can buy used items on Amazon too. When you search for books and many other items on Amazon, you have the option to see used items from other sellers. Amazon will show the available items listed in order of total price, that's price plus shipping, so it's easy to compare prices.
When it comes to clothing and accessories, there are many online consignment and boutique options. If you're looking for a specific item, like a black skirt or a certain brand of jeans, it's really nice to use their search features to find what you're looking for, rather than sift through racks at a thrift store. My favorite place to buy clothing online is ThredUp. While the prices are cheaper than buying items new, you'll only find high quality top brands, so the cost is more than you would pay at a thrift store.
Craigslist is also a great place to find used items. Craigslist has been around for a long time and the look of the site hasn't changed much, so it looks really outdated. But a lot of people are still using it to find local things. You can find everything from cars to furniture to baby clothes. It's convenient to be able to search for and browse items you're looking for without leaving home. And you can email or call sellers to ask questions, negotiate prices, and plan a time and place to meet up. Be smart when meeting to look at or buy an item from someone you don't know. Meet in a public place and don't give out personal information.
Facebook Marketplace makes it super easy to search for what you're looking for. In addition to searching for a specific item, you can filter by price and a location mileage radius. Like Craigslist, you have the benefit of searching from the comfort of your home without having to factor in the price of shipping. Facebook has the added perk of having a name and a face to go with the person you're going to meet up with. So there's a little bit more social pressure to maintain a good reputation than on Craigslist, which is faceless.
Let's talk about what kind of things you should be looking to buy used, things you shouldn't buy used, and then a few things to be aware of. So what sort of things can you buy used? Well, pretty much anything.
Seriously, you name it, you can get it used. Although most things can be purchased secondhand without a problem, there are some things you'll want to avoid buying used or at least be extra cautious about. A lot of this will be your personal preference. Here are some of my personal preferences. First, mattresses. I'm squeamish when it comes to used mattresses. Between the normal sweat, skin cells, and dust mites, the mattress has collected bodily fluids from people and pets, and maybe even bed bugs. Ew.
When we got married, we bought a new queen mattress and box spring from a college student who had a business selling them wholesale from a storage unit. It wasn't a great mattress, but it cost us $300 and we had it for 12 years.
It was brand new when we bought it, so. Another thing we never buy used is underwear. Thrift stores sell it, so I know some people buy it, I just don't.
Pillows. While some pillows can go in the washing machine, they generally have the same issues as mattresses.
A car seat is probably the #1 baby item that people will insist that you should buy new so that you know it's not expired and hasn't been in a collision. If you get a car seat from someone you know and trust, then I wouldn't hesitate to get a new one.
We actually got a used car seat from a trusted friend when our oldest was born, and we used that one for our first 3 kids.
This next one might sound weird at first. Things from a smoker's home. It's not just clothing and upholstery that absorbs tobacco smell. Wood, plastic, and other materials also soak up the smoke smell and are nearly impossible to freshen up. I bought a beautiful kitchen island from a yard sale during our law school years. Since the sale was outside, I didn't notice that it came from a smoker's home. As soon as I got it in my house, the smell was very apparent and overwhelming. I tried everything to get rid of the smell, leaving it out in the sun for days, scrubbing it with vinegar, scrubbing it with bleach, even repainting. I learned to give everything I buy the sniff test before making a purchase. If I'm buying online, I always ask the seller ahead of time.
When you're buying used, you'll need to carefully inspect the item before making your purchase, as there are usually no returns at yard sales and thrift stores. Check clothing for wear in the normal places you'd expect wear. Make sure that zippers work well and do a general look over for stains or rips. Plug in electronics to make sure they work as expected. For games and other items with multiple pieces, make sure everything is in there.
While it may not be as convenient as buying new, finding things secondhand is well worth the effort. Buying used instead of new has easily saved us thousands of dollars over the years. Plus, it's more environmentally friendly.
Stephanie is really the champion, but my last big thrift store win was in shoes. A few months ago, I bought 3 pairs of almost new dress shoes and a nice leather belt for a total of $18. I've been wearing them every day for work and church, and I expect them to last several years. That's a big improvement over the $86 best price I found for just one of these same pairs of shoes if I had bought it new. How have you saved money by buying used instead of new? Feel free to brag down in the comments.
For your Day 22 challenge, think of some items that you'll be buying in the near future. Make a plan for how you will shop for used items first. Will you look at the thrift store, on Facebook Marketplace, or check eBay? How much will buying used save you?
That's all for today. We'll see you in the next video.